I mentioned before that German is a very accurate language. Sometimes it uses different words for situations in which English would use the same word. The use of when is such a situation. In German, there are 3 words for the English when: wenn, wann, and als. And I actually hear a lot of mistakes when students try to form sentences with when in German. So let's clear up the confusion and make the differences easy to understand. We'll start with wann. Wann is used in questions and indirect questions. And it can be replaced with at what time. So if you're asking a question with when, you have to use wann. Let's check out an example. A direct question starts with wann. Wann kommst du nach Deutschland? When do you come to Germany? Wann öffnet die Bank? When does the bank open? And in both cases, you can replace when with at what time. Alright, and here are some indirect questions. Ich weiß nicht, wann nach Deutschland kommt. I don't know when he comes to Germany. Hat nicht gesagt, wann die Bank öffnet. He didn't say when the bank opens. You see that indirect questions are actually statements that usually start with a short introduction and then when. I don't know when. He didn't say when, etc. And again, you can replace when with at what time. Okay, next is als. Als is used for single events or periods of time in the past. Ich war unter der Dusche, als du angerufen hast. I was in the shower when you called. And the fun fact is that in German we actually say I was under the shower, not in the shower. Ich war unter der Dusche, als du angerufen hast. Ist eingeschlafen, als der Film angefangen hat. He fell asleep when the film started. And here are some examples for periods in the past. Als sie ein Kind war, wollte sie Ärztin werden. When she was a child, she wanted to become a doctor. Als wir in München gewohnt haben, haben wir jedes Wochenende in den Alpen verbracht. When we lived in Munich, we spent every weekend in the Alps. That's a long sentence, so I'll repeat it. Als wir in München gewohnt haben, haben wir jedes Wochenende in den Alpen verbracht. You see that all the examples here happen in the past, and that's why you use als for when. Okay, and finally, wenn. Wenn is used for events in the present and the future, as well as for repeated events in the past. Let's start with present and future events. Wenn ich Hunger habe, esse ich einen Sandwich. When I'm hungry, I eat a sandwich. This is a statement and I use the present tense, so it has to be wenn. Ruf mich an, wenn du aus dem Urlaub zurück bist. Call me when you're back from vacation. This will happen in the future, once the person is back from their vacation, so again we use wenn. Now, repeated events in the past usually start with always when or every time when, and that's how they can be identified. Immer wenn wir in London waren, hat es geregnet. Always when we were in London, it was raining. This is not a one-time event in the past that would require the use of als, but it's something that happened several times, and that's why we say wenn. Jedes Mal, wenn ich dich angerufen habe, war besetzt. Every time when I called you, the line was busy. And here again, the trigger for wenn is every time. This is something that happens repeatedly. Alright, I'm aware of the fact that all these different uses can be confusing, so I'll try to summarize in the clearest way possible. You use als when you talk about an event in the past. Wenn when you talk about an event in the present or the future. And wann when you ask a question. If you learn these 3 rules and apply them when you speak German, it will definitely make a big difference and you will avoid making one of the most common mistakes.